emotion. You got to get the emotion in there. So visualization is where we describe the future. You want to create a vivid image in your audience members' minds of a bright, shiny future. So this is the part of the commercial where they show you all the different kinds of stains that the pen works on, and oh look, it works on silk without damaging it, and oh look, it does this, and oh look, it does that. That's the whole visualization step. They want you to be astonished by how well this works. Anyone ever seen an OxyClean commercial? Mm-hmm. And they get that piece of carpet and they like spill stuff on it, and then they look how quickly it soaks. Is that? All right. That's all visualization. So it doesn't necessarily involve a visual aid. It does involve vivid imagery. And then finally, action is that portion of the infomercial where they say, so order now for just $9.99. So action is where you tell us what to do next. If we've been persuaded, what's the next step? Now never fear, we will be addressing the motivated sequence again. Probably multiple times. So now I want to go over the persuasive speech assignment. So if you go into Blackboard, you go into learning content, go into the assignments folder. I've reorganized a little bit. So what you're going to see here are 3 folders with each of the speeches in it. Stop it. You've got your introduction speech stuff, all the informative speech stuff, and then persuasive speech has its own folder. You can see there's several items in here. There we go. So we've got the guidelines themselves. A worksheet, this is not something that you have to do. It's not an assignment you turn into me. This is for your own use to help you organize your thoughts. That can be helpful. Speech topic form. I'm actually going to give you these on Friday, but if you want to get a sneak peek at it, you can. And then the persuasive speech guidelines themselves. Sorry. I'm having a rough allergy day, y'all. Okay. So here's what you got to do. A little bit longer. We have a little more time this time, 5 to 7 minutes. Business casual dress again. Visual aid required again. Outline required again. Resources required again. But now here's the new thing. Follow the motivated sequence. Follow the motivated sequence. Follow it. Use it. We're actually going to have a workshop in class where we talk about how to fold it in with the outline. We're going to talk about all that good stuff. You got to use it. If you don't use it, you will regret it. And take 10 points off of your speech if you don't use it. That's out of 40. That's a quarter of your grade. So you're down to a C already. Follow the motivated sequence. Okay, really important. Do that. So it's your choice of topic. I want you to choose something close to you, something that irritates you, that bothers you a lot. So something interesting to you. Make sure it's something that's relevant to our lives. If it's something that only you have experience with, like going to work and dealing with that one guy who tells you bad jokes all day, that's probably not a good topic. Something relevant to the rest of us. Make sure your choice is ethical, so don't encourage us to blow up the school. You want to address a question of policy because the motivated sequence works best with a question of policy. So talk about what we should or should not do. Focus on action. And my last bit of advice, try to avoid these overdone topics. These are just a few examples, but let me illustrate this for you. How many of you have never heard a speech or presentation on safe sex? Show of hands. Wow, that's the most out of any class I've had today. So most of us have seen at least one presentation on safe sex. We've heard it. So that means if you want to talk about safe sex, you've got to find a new approach. You've got to find new information that we haven't seen before. It's actually harder to do these topics because of that. You've got to work a lot harder to get our interest and keep it. So try to focus on other things. I've actually had a really good presentation on why you should always use your turn signal. Yeah. which worked for me because it's a pet peeve of mine, so it was right in my wheelhouse there. So think about that. Think about things that irritate you personally. Those are usually a good place to go for your persuasive topics. Stuff that you feel passionately about. Questions about the assignment? We've got a couple of weeks till the rough draft is due, and like I said, we're gonna be talking about motivated sequence in the meantime. Michaela?
Do we need a prop or anything?
A visual aid of some kind.
Oh,
Yeah.
So our outline is gonna be attention need, that's gonna be our outline?
No, your outline's gonna look just like the last
Okay.
outline.
Okay.
So that's why, like I said in our workshop, I'm gonna show you how the two mesh. Yeah, yeah. And there is an example that's up in the speech resources folder already.
Okay.
If you wanna look. Okay. Now, the other thing I want to show you, I'm gonna hand these out on Friday. This is your speech topic sheet. It's gonna ask you for a specific purpose statement, why you chose the topic, a rough idea of your central idea, why should your audience listen to your speech, and finally, what specific action are you looking for? I wanna make sure you're addressing a question of policy there. So what action are we talking about? So think about that stuff for Friday. What's your topic gonna be? How are you gonna answer these questions on Friday?
I have no idea.
We should have just enough time for one last thing. Let's cahoot it up. I wanna see if you got those questions of fact, value,
I have
policy
no-
sorted.
No idea what to do.
I'm not playing with something.
Come on, give us